Hey, how's it going? Jacob, co-founder of IcePanel. I wanted to create a quick video to talk about what the C4 model is for those of you who may be new to it. Now, the C4 model is designed to be a map of your software systems that's tailored to the multiple audiences that you deal with on a day-to-day basis. It was created by Simon Brown. Why was it created? Well, software teams use inconsistent and unclear diagrams every day to explain how software works. Diagrams like these are commonplace in the developer teams at most companies, and they're just unclear and unstructured, which makes them hard to explain what they're trying to explain. So the C4 model is really only two things to remember: a simple set of abstractions and 4 diagram types. Let's have a look at the C4 model abstractions real quick. So first you have a person. This is an end user who uses your system and gets value from what you're providing. Then you have a software system. This is the highest level of abstraction that delivers value to those end users, often owned by a development team. Then you have containers, not Docker. These are apps and stores or your services that enable your system to provide value to those people. And these are individually deployable and or runnable. Inside of those containers, you then have components, and these are the building blocks or code modules that make up one of those containers. So if we now take those abstractions and look at how we diagram them in the 4 diagram types, firstly, we have the context level diagram. And this is a really big picture, high level view of your software systems and how your users interact with you. The scope of this are people, or the person who's interacting with your system, and the systems at that top level of abstraction. And the audience here is really anyone in your organization, whether they're technical or non-technical. They should be able to see this and understand very quickly how you're providing value to your users and how it works. Then we can go to that second level of detail, the container level diagrams, and showcase the apps and stores that live within a system. So here, for example, we have the online boutique, which has been expanded, and now we're showcasing the apps and stores that live within inside that. This is really for architects and developers. It's slightly more technical at this level. We're introducing technology choices, for example, but some product people, such as product owners and business analysts, will also gain value from this level of detail. Then we have that third level of detail, which is the component level diagrams. And this shows those building blocks and interactions that live within inside a container. So here we can see a currency service which has been expanded, and we're showcasing the components that live inside of that service. We're also using, other objects such as apps and our people and customers at that top level to showcase that relationship at a lower level of detail. This is much more technical. We're right in the weeds at this point, talking about the structure of your code. This is really for architects and developers to understand. So if you look at the those levels of diagrams together, we can start at that top level context, zoom inside the online boutique to showcase the containers that are living inside, and then we can zoom inside one of those apps and stores, a currency service, for example, to showcase the components at that next level of detail. Now, for those who are maybe eagle-eyed, you'll notice that we didn't talk about the code level diagrams. This is actually very rarely used in practice, and if it is used, it's more for a very small part of the design process. UML class diagrams, for example, is where you would diagram out your code level diagramming. So, as a recap, the C4 model is just two things: a simple set of abstractions and 4 diagram types. Thanks very much, and stay chill.